Today we're going to be building a house using the new Sims 4 Life and Death expansion pack, and thank you so much to EA for sending me the early access. By the way, if you're planning on pre-ordering the Sims 4 Life and Death, which comes out on October 31st, or if you're planning on buying any Sims packs in the future, you can support my channel by using my creator code sydneymacoretta at checkout, and I'll earn a 5% commission off your purchase. So entering the new world of Ravenwood. I showed off a lot of these neighborhoods in more detail in the gameplay video that I posted for the Sims 4 Life and Death, so I'll link that video down below if you haven't seen it. My favorite neighborhood is this one over here called Morningvale. This is the one where most of the ghostly activities take place, and we're going to be building on this lot over here. This is the Cozy Casket House lot. It's a 30 by 20 sized lot, and it's located right next to the Baleful Bog, which I think is so pretty. So for our build today, I'm going to set my filters so we're only going to be using the Sims 4 Life and Death and base game. If you watched my gameplay video, at that time we only had access to the one expansion pack for the early access version, but apparently there was something wrong with that early access version they gave us, so now we have a different code. We have access to every pack, but I still want to only use Life and Death to see what it's all about. So for our shell, I'm going for a 2-story house, and we're also going to be aiming for an older style of home, something a little more classic looking. So I'm thinking this is going to work out pretty well for our shell. I'm not gonna lie, I got a little excited and did take a peek at some of the, I took a peek at all of the build and buy items this time. I was so excited, okay? But I noticed we have this window here. It comes in 2 different heights, and this is giving greenhouse to me. So I left this bump out over to the side because I want to build some kind of occult greenhouse here. I'm going to add a half-hipped roof on top of it. So we'll just cover this little spot, and I'm going to turn it out slightly. We got 2 new roof paints, and one of them is a glass roof, so we can easily make a greenhouse here. That's already looking super cute on the side. And then for the rest of the roofing, we're going to take this hipped roof piece and we're going to add that onto this center part. I'm going to bring out the adjusters and I'm going to curve it in a little bit and lower it. Then I'm going to grab another hipped roof piece and we're going to put that on top as well. But this time we're going to raise that up and then curve it in. So this is going to give us a little bit more of a unique shape to work with. And then we'll just get our roof paint on there. The swatches on this are really pretty too. I like this one with like the blue. There's also some darker ones. There's no fancy trim, which you guys know is my favorite thing ever. So we're just going to have to use a base game trim here. Then the rest of the roofing is going to be pretty simple. I'm just going to be covering it up with a hipped roof, doing the same thing as I did to the tower part. And we just need a little something for this bump out. I'm kind of loving how we have this big shadow of a tree going down the center of our house. It's like almost right in the middle and it looks really pretty. Anyway, we got a few new fencing options. I really like this one. It reminds me of the one from Discover University that I use a lot. So I want to build a big balcony right here, but I'm also going to use it to build a rounded deck here at the front. So we'll have a nice deck right there, and actually let's add another rounded piece leading up to the greenhouse, and we can just connect that onto the rest of the shell. We did also get some new stone stairs. They kind of look like cobblestone, and thankfully there's a matching railing, and we also got a new foundation paint. So I'm just going to add this one on here. There is also a new trim that we got, but I don't know how I feel about it. I definitely don't like it going around the entire house like this. Like maybe if it was just going around our balcony, I think I would maybe like that a little better, but I am just gonna stick with this base game trim for now. I did notice this item here, which I think would look really pretty if we added that onto the front. So I'm gonna turn on my grid so we can make sure we get it right in front of our fence, and we're just gonna stick it right over on top of that. So it'll be this extra detail, super noticeable at the front of the house. The one thing about this world is I don't think there's ever any sun here, so it's only illuminated, I think, by moonlight, which is why it's a little bit darker here. So apologies if it's too dark on the outside. I'll make sure to brighten it up for you on the interior. Right now, I'm just adding columns onto some of our corners. Speaking of lighting, one of my favorite new objects we have is this chandelier. When I saw this item in the trailer, I was so excited. It's so beautiful. We have needed a fancy chandelier like this really bad. And actually, all of the lighting is very pretty in my opinion. Like these outdoor lamps, I'll probably end up using some of them on the inside, especially these candles here. These are super pretty. I love this one. And this, just like the detail on these, and you'll see the detail on a lot of the items we got is amazing. Same as the detail on the doors. Like, are you kidding me with this skull door? The door handle, the trim going around, even the accents on the side here. It is just so, so pretty. And some of the swatches have different colored doorknobs, which I love. I'm also super into this door. Just the elegant yet eerie feel of this. Like these items are literally called eerie elegance. And that's exactly what it is. I just feel like these items are so pretty. So I'm gonna use this for my front door. Up top, we're gonna use this one again with the little skulls in there. We still need some wallpaper, which we got quite a few of them. These wallpapers here are obviously more so for interiors, but we got a few stones for the outside, some siding, and some more worn down concrete. I think we're gonna try this wallpaper with the corner accent. And then on the side for our greenhouse, I'm gonna change it up to this one, which is actually meant for a catacomb. I have not explored any of that in my gameplay yet, but I can't wait. We did only get one flooring option for this. It's just a wooden flooring. And for the windows, I already showed you this greenhouse one, but we have a few different options here. There are again more elegant looking ones like this and this one. This is super pretty. Just again, the detail on these, like look at that window. But even though these look super fancy, they also have more rundown looking swatches. So if you want to make something spookier, there are some with torn glass, some that just like look older in general. I could see these being put on like a big beautiful mansion or a rundown abandoned home. So super versatile there. There's also this one that comes out a little bit. I really like this one a lot. So I think I'm gonna start to add this one down below. I'm adding this window up top. We can use the smaller ones on this side. And I really wish this came with some sort of Juliet balcony sort of thing, because I feel like these would look really pretty with this going on the outside. So I'm just gonna use the ones from base game. I'm also gonna replace two of our greenhouse windows with a door. We also got some new spires for the roof, as well as these, which could look really nice along the top of a roof. There's also a new chimney. These only tend to look worn down, I think, but it's looking nice on there. And I changed the swatch of this at the front to match more of our spires. Okay, so I've added more lighting. I'm gonna start adding in some of our details. So I'm just building this path to the back. And another thing I'm really excited about, again, lighting, are these string lights. You guys know I love a good string light. We are gonna add these onto our back patio. I'm gonna angle them so they're sticking on that wall, and then we'll add another one here. So it's gonna be like a crisscross pattern. And then out here, we can add a dining table, and we'll add some chairs around. We got some beautiful rugs, which we're gonna see more of when we go inside. Like on this swatch, you can literally see the death flower. I'm also gonna go ahead and open up debug just to see everything we're working with. Ooh, the tarot shrine. There is one right around the corner in that like town square over there, but maybe we can build our house for someone who's really into tarot. You guys may know already that tarot reading is a big part of this new pack, so I'm thinking we add those onto our table back here, and this can be a tarot reading area outside. We'll add some candles on the table, and let's just add a bunch of these. These are meant to be collected around the world. We can also add one of the tarot decks. I'll just put that right here. There's also another tarot deck, so this one I'm gonna raise and put on top of this debug barrel, and then I'll just add a couple more of the cards on there too. I think we definitely have to build a graveyard back here, so I'm adding in this big tree. I think I might shrink it a bit actually. We can add some of this debug purple landscaping that you see around the world, and I'm just gonna add a few gravestones back here. This could be part of the Sims family that lives here. Maybe it was here when they moved in. There's also this super pretty wishing well I want to add, the well of longing and regret, and I feel like adding super green landscaping here is just gonna look out of place. So there are these debug trees that look a little darker than usual. I'm gonna add these around my house. All right, so this is how our house turned out using The Sims 4 Life and Death. I love the contrast between these orange trees and like the green color palette we decided to go with for this house, plus the little gold accents everywhere. All of the build items just make everything look so much more detailed. Here's what I did for our front balcony. So these stone benches are new. Look at the side of this. The armrest is the wing of this winged llama. I didn't even notice that when I placed this down. The rocking chairs are really pretty too. There are some cute swatches and details on these as well. I'm very impressed by whoever made these build items. Coming along the back here, we obviously have our wishing well. We have our small graveyard back here, and of course our outdoor tarot reading patio. All right, coming inside for our layout, we're gonna have a front foyer. Living room, dining, and kitchen is all gonna be in this room. To the left will be our occult greenhouse, and in the back we'll have some kind of skill room. And then upstairs we're gonna have 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and a hallway. Okay, so starting off with our front foyer, I actually want to open this up. So I'm adding columns there, and we got these really nice spandrels here as well. So So I'm using those to create an archway, and I'm actually doing that in the back too. I'll add the wood flooring in most of these bottom floor rooms. And now we get to check out these wallpapers. This is one I was thinking about for using the bottom floor. Look at some of these swatches. They are just so pretty. There are some darker ones, and I like how the accents are brought through for some of them as well. I think my favorite has to be this one. And then there's another similar wallpaper that has different detailing in the middle part. So again, some really pretty swatches here. I think I'll use a darker swatch for the stairs. And in that back room, maybe we can change it up to something different. For our Occult Greenhouse, I think I'm going to try and use like the paneling, and we'll just use a base game stone floor. Okay, let's furnish a really grand front entryway. Obviously, when you walk in, we're going to want a chandelier. I'm also going to add one in the main room as well. There's also these torch sticks, which I'm going to add, and we'll add the wall lights too. We got a new mirror, so I'm going to add one beside the front door. We can add 2 new end tables, which these have some books in them. We also got some super pretty like Grim Reaper inspired artwork. I'm so happy it came with a fancy frame too, but here are some of the examples. And I want to bring a little more color in this room, so I'm going to add in one of the new rugs. Ooh, let's do this one. To the other side, we can add some seating. These remind me a lot of the base game chairs, only fancier. They have this pretty butterfly detail in them. Like, there are a lot of small things that I'm noticing that I didn't even notice the first time I saw these items. One thing I really wish we got, just because I think they would have been so beautiful, is new curtains. I feel like they would have looked something like the vampires ones we have, or a nicer version of these ones from Get Famous. But for now, I'm just gonna add in some draped curtains from base game. We also didn't get the nicest assortment of plants, which is very important to me. Like, this here is obviously only usable if you're building a funeral home or something, which is obviously a main feature of this pack. There's this dried feather looking plant. Honestly, I'm kind of over these. We have this. I'll definitely use this a lot. It's kind of like the one from Cottage Living. And then we also have this one, again, more of a dried looking dead sort of plant. Not a whole life here and a lot of death. So I'm gonna add in these base game ones, and maybe we can add in this new mushroom statue, which is so cute. He's holding onto his little flower. I believe these are functional. The description is really cute. It's long, so I'm not gonna read it, but pause the video if you want to read this. Oh yeah, and I think you can use these to leave a message for the deceased, so it is a functional item. I just added it in because I thought it was cute. Oh, and look at this random guy, by the way. This is the random townie that I moved into this house. I don't know why he's in a Speedo. It says down here he's feeling great about life, so you know, who the heck are we to judge? But here is our beautiful front foyer. Those torches, something about the fire looks really pretty in live mode. So let's go and do the main room next. I'm actually just going to build a wall separating the kitchen from the rest of it. We can try and use some brick, and I'll clean it up with these columns. It looks a little strange from this angle, but when you come inside, it doesn't look weird at all. So starting here, I wanted to make a grand dining room. I'm adding in this super pretty fireplace, and we did get a couple of dining tables, but I wanted one a little bit bigger. I do like this one a lot, and you'll notice that this pack comes with like some different aesthetics within it. Like, we did also get some more modern looking furniture, which is like this couch, this chair, the table, and the kitchen set, which I'll show you later, is also pretty modern looking. So again, some versatility there. It's not just all older looking items. However, for our build today, I think I want to use this table from base game, and we are going to use these life and death chairs. I think I'll change it up to these fancier looking ones on the end, again with the moss detailing on it. There are some really pretty big bookshelves. I actually have a tiny nook over here which fits perfectly for a bookshelf. We can add one on the other side, and I like that these come in 2 different swatches for the same outer swatch, but the books themselves change, which is really nice when you're using multiple. Oh, this is so cute, this shelf. It has a quilt draped over it, and there are different swatches which change the swatch of the quilt as well. There's a gorgeous hutch, and there are some random nectar bottles that we could use as clutter. There are also these bottles that say secret goopy bottles, and in the description it says do not drink this. Luckily not a functional item, but I wouldn't want to risk it. Also for clutter, we have this timeless hourglass. This is actually unlocked by reaching level 8 of the Reaper career, which I have not done yet. Oh, there's more of a modern looking lamp with this bird attached to it. Okay, so here is our dining room. Everything about this is just so fancy. I really haven't even gone overboard on the clutter or anything, but it still looks so detailed because of the items. Coming over to this side near the stairs, we've got our bookshelf. I added a little bit of just base game clutter on that table. Same as over to the back here, I just added this trunk, and now we can go back back and do the kitchen. So in terms of interior items, this is a very full pack. We got a full kitchen set, meaning we have an oven included, we have counters and cabinets, which is an important distinction. Sometimes we don't get both. There's even that oven hood. We have a fridge, which has weird items in it. Strawberry milk, a freezer bunny, cupcakes, cake, and maybe some takeout down there. Does that change with the swatches? No, okay, you're always gonna have that same selection. There are 2 different sinks because we also got a bathroom set. I think I'm actually gonna do a double sink moment, and we got a dishwasher. So it really is everything we need to build a full kitchen. I think I'm gonna add some shelves here just so I can add more clutter on them. Oh, there's another chest here, which is apparently called the Trunk of Secrets. Maybe I'll put that over in this corner. Okay, so in the back here, we have our kitchen. I like that it's separated. This is a really fancy house, so maybe they hire a cook, could be a butler that works back here. Super fancy. We have one more room over to the back before we do the Occult Greenhouse. And The Sims 4 Life and Death came with pets. Well, crows that you can keep as pets. So I'm gonna make a pet room back here. There's also a death frog you can keep as a pet. He's kind of scary looking. I also have some plants coming in the window from the outside and I like how they look, so I'm gonna keep that open. And I think in this room we can add some base game plants. There's also this shelving, which I don't know if they meant to do it, but oh yeah, they did. I was gonna say it kind of looks like a little ghost. And the description says, hey, this shelf is a ghost. I knew it. So that in there is our pet room. These crows are so cool, but this pack also introduced a death by crow, so could also be the death room. Better be nice to these crows. And finally, before we go upstairs, let's make our occult greenhouse. So hidden in debug, we also have the undead cow plant, which you can also find in the neighborhood of Morningvale, but we're gonna have our own. And right beside it, I wanted to place our own scrying bowl. Again, these are normally found when you're doing the Reaper career, but I wanted to have my own. It's not functional, but it does look very pretty. Because it's a greenhouse, we have to include some actual planters in here, so these are just from base game. I'm using the fancier ones. My railing is coming inside this room, unfortunately, so I'm gonna cover that up with these posters. These again focus around the Grim Reaper, but some of them are different. I'm gonna add another one of the new round rugs in here. The flower ones I can't get over. I love, ooh, this one's so nice. Just knowing that it's the death flower on there too is iconic. And then just to finish this off, I'm adding in a few more base game plants just so this looks more full, like we're actually growing something in here. And here we have our occult greenhouse. I love the ghosty cow plant. I wonder if you have to keep him alive. Like what happens if we don't feed him? Super cute in here. I wish you could use this scrying bowl, but it makes sense that you can't. You kind of have to use it for the career. But now that we've got all that done, we are ready to go upstairs. So coming into the hallway, I want to just use some of the items that we haven't used yet. Like this chandelier, again, a really nice, more modern looking one, which is called One Deer of Twilight. I am currently rewatching every Twilight movie right now, so very fitting for me. I do have a tower here still, so I'm just adding a ladder leading up. We can maybe add another skill area upstairs. We have a couple new desks. We have this one on more of the older, elegant side, and we have this one here on more of the modern side. Let's use some of the modern stuff upstairs, at least for this hallway. So like we can use this chair, no new computer or anything, so we can just add a base game one. We can reuse some of these bookshelves. Oh, and we did get another couch. This one looks very similar to the cottage living one. Like these are almost the same couch. Does look pretty comfy though. But I was thinking about using this one with one of these chairs. This is just gonna be a reading spot. We could add this coffee table in the middle. Oh, and another item I totally should have used downstairs is this clock. Look how beautiful this item is. Again, with that skull detail on there. So good. And another thing I'm obsessed with that I haven't shown yet, this item here. So all of the tarot cards that are collectible in game are actually available here as artwork. I'm telling you, Sims team, put these on the merch store because I would buy in a heartbeat. I was kind of waiting to use more of those in the bedroom, but there we have a couple of them by our desk. Before we go into the bedrooms, let's go do a bathroom. And I think here we could use one of the other wallpapers. Under this one here, there's obviously the crow swatch, which is so pretty. Maybe we'll use that for the bedrooms. It also comes in some other swatches as well. Or there's this one with the owls and the skulls. Same thing here. And there's this one with a moth pattern. I kind of want to do the moth pattern. I will just use some base game tile in here. And like I was saying earlier, we have an almost full bathroom set. There's no toilet, but it comes with this really pretty bathtub. Some super nice swatches in here. Like there's some marble functional. I love the dark green and this blue one here. There's also this really nice shower. Again, this stuff falls more on like the modern side, but look at this one and the green, this marble one. It's just very, very fancy. And we have this sink here with the metal details, the towel hanging down. Okay, so I'm gonna use that sink with that new mirror. I think I'm gonna add our toilet over here, or should we do toilet on this side so we can get our shower in there? If we wanted, I may be able to get a bathtub squished in there, but I don't want it to be too squishy. There's also a bathroom storage cabinet. The thing about this door is it's massive. Like with the trim on the sides, it adds a whole lot extra. Like this is a regular door for comparison. It adds like a full extra layer of trim on it. So definitely something to keep in mind. So I guess for now, I'll just add a table in here with some base game towels, some base game curtains covering, and there's also an empty frame, which will fill in a picture of your family. You can come on here and randomize the pose, so that'll like change it up. You can lock the portrait or you can change your portrait outfit. I personally don't really want this in our bathroom, and I wish you could change it to something else like a gallery photo, but look again how pretty this frame is. Actually, you know what? In that outfit, I could see him living in this house, so maybe we'll keep him there. And I'm just shrinking down one of the new rugs here as well. So there's our bathroom. Now let's go see some of the bedroom stuff. So at this point, we've seen all of the wallpapers. I've just picked these two, and let's see what we have for beds. So obviously we have the caskets. I'm not going to be doing any funeral stuff in this build, but these are really intricate as well. This is the first bed. This one falls a bit more on the modern side with that headboard. I really like the swatches. I love that floral bed sheet. And here is the other double bed. This one more of that traditional style. Some nice swatches in here too. I think I prefer the other one though a little bit more. And then there's also a toddler bed, and it has these little lights hanging down. There are little ghosties on the bed sheets. This one has owls and moons. I love that. I will definitely be using that in the future. Like, look at this one. And you also have this bassinet here, which obviously supports newborns. For dressers, we only have the one with the more modern style. I really like the gold accents on all of these. For more wall decor that I haven't shown yet, we have this. This is called the Grimspiration Gallery Wall. Literally looks like it's meant for a bedroom or the office of the Grim Reaper because it's showing things like stocks and death rates. This might be a wanted poster. And then this one has like a plaque, literally Grim Reaper of the month here, and him enjoying a nice glass of wine. Iconic, obviously, but I don't think I can put this in a bedroom. If you wanted to make more of a worn looking house, we have that. There are these wall decals here, which I'm not really a fan of, but I feel like you could find a creative way to use these. So I'm thinking for our bedroom, I just want to use some of these tarot posters. I haven't used this stand-up lamp yet either. This is another modern one. I'm gonna add a base game TV. This one can have a rocking chair. I think it would be really nice to have like a seance table in here or something, which I think I want to make an occult only build, like using only the occult packs in the future. I think that could be a really fun idea. So maybe we'll do that later this week. I'm gonna add this trunk in the corner. Oh, this is pretty. They're like binders with bird bookends. There's also this really pretty music box. All right, so this is gonna be our first bedroom. A little more classic. I've got that base game mirror in the corner, our tarot cards over there, our not creepy at all rocking chair. And then over for this one, oh, I haven't seen these swatches. These are more plain. Like a lot of these rugs are very patterned, but there are two swatches at the end that are not as busy. Ooh, look how beautiful that one is. We're gonna add a couple more tarot cards here. I wonder if you can change the color of the frames. Doesn't look like you can. Wait, what is this? Okay, these are curtains for an archway. I'm not sure if this is a debug item or not, but I guess you would just attach these onto like a normal sized archway. Why couldn't this have just been a curtain? Again, I guess you could use them for some windows, but definitely not all of them unless you were like shrinking them, but even then I don't think it would work. I also like the size of this end table. It's very easy to squeeze into a small spot. On this table, I'm just adding some extra weird books that are here. We could add a base game stand-up mirror in this corner with a chair there, so this can be like a seating area. So this is our second bedroom. Very pretty. I can see myself using this bed a lot, and that dresser, honestly. On this side, we just have our chair and mirror, and I added a bookshelf on the wall. And then finally, going upstairs, we have this tower room. There's one more item I wanted to put up here, and that is this item. This is a tarot tent. I wish this was functional. I wish you could send your Sims in there, and then there you could have the tarot readings. It's meant to be like a backdrop. So like if you go to a festival and get a tarot reading, this will be behind the Sim, but that's okay. We're gonna add a rug. I might change some of these lights to purple. So we have a nice little vibe going in here. Wait, this with those love struck lights in the background. Okay, I said I'm only gonna do base game, and I am, but just look at it. It's so pretty. We did also get these poofs, so I'm gonna add these. We can add this table in the background, we'll add our final tarot decks of the day with, of course, some cards scattered around here. I think I'm also going to scatter some on the floor. We can add in some posters and obviously some more of our tarot art. And here we have our tarot reading room in the tower. Obsessed with this item. It's so pretty. Even if we got some of this stuff separated, like those pillows in there, this as a curtain, but whatever. Here we go. I added more of the pictures on this side. I love the purpley swatches and colors in here. This is the perfect room to tie our whole build together. So that has been us building a house in The Sims 4 using the Sims 4 Life and Death expansion pack. I'm really into the build items. As you guys can probably tell, this pack has me written all over it. So definitely expect more builds like this coming soon. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.